Back at the Fan Expo, we talked to the original Flash from the TV show, John Wesley Shipp. From Lord of the Rings and the Indiana Jones series, it's John Rhys Davies and the one and only Danny Trejo. That and more tonight on Reality Check TV.
Tonight on Reality Check.
Right here.
Well, that was pretty damn stupid!
What planet are we in right now?
Are you a reality check? Yeah,
This is called reality check, man. I mean, this is real. Reality check.
Okay, this is a Reality Check TV. I'll see you there, or kill you.
Reality Check viewers, I'm not nearly as skilled as Hugh is on handling the camera, but we're going to make do. It's we're at half strength this year, 2024 Fan Expo, SF Moscone Center. We're hoping to do some cool interviews, maybe even Priscilla.
Special thank you to
Our friends at the Fan Expo, and Rebecca, who is the publicist and contact. We love her. Thank you very, very much to the entire staff here. They're always really cool to us, and we appreciate that.
Let's see what we can get.
Let's see what we can get.
You have a gentleman here who is an author of a fine read here, Becoming Frankenstein.
I'm the creator, Mel Smith, and the book's about the people whose body parts made up Frankenstein's body. And you also have a little tale backstory on Victor and what made him want to make the monster, what made him tick, and learn about his mother and stuff like that.
Yes. Now, what was it about this character in particular that made you want to write a book about it? Well,
Totally accidental, man. I was in the hospital getting ready to go into surgery when the idea kind of popped in my head, or literally as I was walking or being carted into the operating room. It was, I've always liked Universal monsters. I've always been a fan like everybody else, but never had an inkling to create a story about them until then. And when I went into surgery thinking about it, I literally came out and remembered it, which was odd. And it was just an itch I had to scratch, man. So at that point, I started just compiling it, doing all the reference, all the historical sides to it, reading the original Mary Shelley again. And yeah, just started writing it and then putting the creative team together to craft it.
what tidbits can you give us in this book that makes the Frankenstein fan want to get this?
Well, like I said, the whole book is about the people whose body parts made up the body. So you learn about who the arm was, both arms, the legs, the head, the torso. Little tidbit in there. There's some shocking stuff on who the body parts are.
So give it away.
Yeah. So there's definitely a body part in there that is unique to the lore that people would not expect. It's very shock value. And outside of that, you're going to learn about Victor. Again, I think that's the more important part of the story is why Victor created the monster. What drove this guy to do something that was unholy?
Yes. If Hollywood out there would like to make a movie about this particular book, who would be your perfect casting? Who do you think could be your perfect casting for these as far as to today's actors?
The only one I can think of the monster would be Driver, Adam Driver.
Did you have to get permission from? No permission.
Because the difference between when you do the regular monster and Universal are the bolts. If I put the bolts on there, then I'm infringing on Universal. But since I didn't put the bolts on there, no, it's open domain. And we're working on the sequel right now, by the way. So there is another 6 issues right now where Elizabeth now makes her own monster. So now we got a strong female lead character in the storyline.
See, the movie hasn't come out yet, and already they're working on a sequel. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotta think ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, you always have to, man.
Thank you very much.
Hollywood likes to work.
Thank
So
you very much. Thank
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much. Reno Reality Check, and this is a read.
Yeah.
This is a read.
Boom.
Oh. You guys going with it?
I need to comb the Bantha's hair. It just gets very windblown, you know. I made her as a hybrid Chinese lion Bantha, as you do. Yeah. You wanna maybe 300 hours? I lost track after 250. Do you wanna film her eyes blinking?
That's awesome. That is so cool. Oh, and Gene Simmons got nothing on this. But we got a surprise in there? Yeah. Look at this. All right. I gotta have one of those. That's a badge of honor. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Julian.
And you are a designer?
Yeah, I'm an animator and designer, and I started Cryptid Zoo as a kind of a way to get away from animation, and then that kind of brought me back.
Yeah. So you know, when all you viewers out there thinking designer, what is it? What's so special about him? Well, let me show you what this man has designed, and I think you're gonna love it. See these lovely T-shirts? You know, you can go down the line here, you know, and but there's something special about these shirts because of this man's design and creation. Why don't you explain to the people out there what makes these shirts so special?
So they're interactive. So I have animated shirts in a way. So each design will trigger a unique video or animation that kind of enhances the experience of the design. So I use an app.
Yes.
And so
is this a proprietary?
Yes.
No, it's not a proprietary. I use a public app, so it's available to everybody, and I don't have to upcharge people for it. But the app uses the camera of your device.
Yeah. So let's
then-
go with, yeah.
And so you point it at the art,
Yes. Yeah.
and the designs come alive. And so through the app,
Yes.
each design, will trigger unique videos and animations that bring out the story or add to it in some way.
One of my favorites was the Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a good one. Bigfoot guy, you know, and of course, you know, for those of you believers, shall we call you believers? You know,
Danny's a believer.
Yeah. Well, let's see what
Our own Danny is.
Bigfoot does. you know.
So Bigfoot was my proof of concept.
Ah.
I was experimenting with. I read about the technology. I had a couple T-shirts like this one and a couple other ones, and I thought, hey, could I put the Patterson film, which is this footage, a Bigfoot, on over that moon? I thought that would look cool.
There it is, folks. Go online and get some shirts and make them come alive. You know, and you never know. You never know, like how far we've come with technology and everything, that this is now possible. You know, here it is, folks. All right, folks, we have breaking news. Breaking news. Colonel Stewart is alive. She's alive. What happened?
I came to life, and I landed on the Planet of the Apes, and I found Sergeant Acidopoulos.
Oh, wait a minute. You're hanging out with him now?
Yeah.
Them?
Yeah,
Them?
him.
Why?
We became
He's
friends.
my domesticated human. Domesticated.
Is that how it works now?
Yep. That's how it works.
Well, we better get out of here before they try to domesticate me. So, yes.
Hurry.
No. So, I just want to know one thing. How long did it take you to make this? This is absolutely amazing.
His mom made the costume.
This uniform is going on 40 years old.
Yes. His mom
I've been doing cosplay with Planet of the Apes for a long time.
Yeah, his mom made some of it, He uses TDUs from the military, and then a friend of his that does monsters on at what is it called at the professionally. He made this.
For those who may have been living under a rock, who is this?
Sergeant Acidophilus of the 1st Ursus Infantry into the Forbidden Zone with General Ursus.
I thought it was Urkel. What's his name?
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
And I landed on the Planet of the Apes, and he found me.
Who was the one that said, "Apes shall not kill ape"? But then again, one of them did. Yes.
But shall ape ever kill man?
Yes. Yes. I wonder, have you ever met any of the cast members? Maybe Linda Harrison or any? Who you met?
Who did we meet?
Let's see. I've met Linda Harrison. I have met Roddy McDowell. I have met, oh gosh, what is her name? As the producer's wife, I can't think of her name. Oh, Natalie Trundy.
Yes.
Also, from the original television series, the actor that played Colonel Burke.
Yes.
I met him. I met him at Monster Palooza a few years ago.
Did you meet them in this?
Yes.
Okay. What are they saying? What did they say? Did Linda Harrison have a flashback?
Oh, yeah. Oh, she loved it. She loved it.
I wonder.
Yeah, she really enjoyed it. Thought I did a good job.
Now, I wonder,
Didn't she get a picture with you?
Yeah.
Did we ever find out Stuart's first name, or was it always Stuart? I never caught that. And we never, in all of the Planet of the Apes, we never. Marianne? Or is that?
Marianne.
Is that your name, or is that real?
No, that's her name.
Okay. How did that come up? That little Easter egg. I never found out. Yes, I never found out.
It's probably not supposed to be out.
Anyways, a pleasure to meet you guys. This is dedication, I have to say, and I have to respect those who are dedicated. Those who are dedicated to a movie they love. We've seen the Star Wars cosplayers, and the Planet of the Apes cosplayers, but this is dedication, and I truly admire people like yourselves who are focused on making a costume.
I believe we have a talking human here.
Yeah, well, what about her?
He speaks.
Haven't you heard of her enough?
She's captured off of that big flying whatever out of the sky.
Yes.
Sent by our great lawgiver.
Yes.
For 6 months.
Yes. Well, there it is, folks. This planet has gone apes.
Reality Check viewers, I'm here with one of the coolest guys in the entire universe, Mr. Danny Trejo. Famous for his tacos and his donuts, which I'm a big fan of both. When I'm in LA, I always stop by, definitely to get the donuts. I love the donuts.
Yeah, I have to remind people that I've done a couple of movies. Hey, we love your donuts. But yeah, we just opened up one in London.
Wow, really?
Portobello Road. We're getting ready to open up another one there. And,
that's cool.
They're doing really, really well. And, of course, the ones in Los Angeles do good. Want to bring one up here to Frisco.
Yeah, please do, man. I'll be there every day practically. And the taco shop for sure. They would go over big here.
We've been doing really, really well, man. But everybody keeps saying, what's your secret? What's your secret? Is it because you're a celebrity? No, it's because the food's good. Yeah, I mean, that's
like why I go.
We have had so many celebrities come to Los Angeles, open up a restaurant, and then go back to wherever. Yeah. And it dies.
It dies in a year or less.
You got to stay on it. I eat there. My friends eat there, so I get a report on how good the food is.
Well, you got to maintain quality control. So what's something that you're working on now? I mean, recently you've done Boba Fett. You've done, So
I finished up. There's a film on stream. I don't know what it is, but it's called 7 Cemeteries, and another one called 1521, and one called Pedro and Marina or something. It's a cartoon. I play Lawrence Fishbowl.
Lawrence Fishbowl.
I'm a goldfish. I'm the voice of reason.
Yeah, you do a lot of voiceover work too, man. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's so funny because kids know my voice immediately.
Yeah.
Just immediately. Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. The whole voiceover thing, as you see, there's a lot of voice actors here. who have huge fan bases.
Oh yeah, they got great fans, and yeah, they're fans are loyal. That's like what's awesome.
Definitely. So let's. I want to get into a little. Actually, Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy, one of my favorite shows, and you started on that show for like 7, 8 episodes, something like that. Yeah. How much fun was that?
That was a blast. But so funny because none of those guys could ride motorcycles until they got on the show. You know, I mean, I'd been riding a motorcycle since I was like 10. You know, so. In fact, the first motorcycle I stole, it wasn't a motorcycle. It was my uncle's Cushman.
Oh, really?
You know, and right now those things are worth a fortune right now. Right? God, I wish I had it. Me and Timmy Sanchez stole it.
Yeah, that's one of the things. How you became an actor was you got out of prison and you started working with people as a trainer, and you ended up getting a gig out of that.
I started working as a drug counselor.
Drug counselor.
And then I showed up to help one of the kids that I worked with, on drugs. Mm-hmm. And I walked onto the movie set of a movie called Runaway Train, and John Boyd,
yeah.
Eric Roberts. And so I ran into a good friend of mine who was also in the pen with me, a guy named Eddie Bunker. And we talked, and he said, hey, they need somebody to train one of the actors how to box. I was a lightweight and welterweight champion of San Quentin, so they said I started training Eric Roberts, and the director saw that I could deal with a movie star, and they suck. And anyway, he hired me. He said, you fight Eric, and all of a sudden, man, my career.
You have a career. Yeah. It's incredible. And, one of my other favorite movies that you've done is Heat.
I'm still a drug counselor.
and that's good. You're doing yeoman's work there. That's good work. Yeah, Heat is one of my favorite movies, and you have a cool part in that movie, and you're actually one of the guys who gets away.
Absolutely. Heat was awesome. No, I asked Robert De Niro to kill me, shoot me, kill me.
Yeah.
Don't leave me like this, Holmes. And it's so funny. Yeah. Those lines, people pick up certain lines, and I'll go somewhere, and somebody behind me will say, don't leave me like this, Holmes.
That's awesome. Right on, man. It's so amazing. Now, Machete, of course, has become an indelible character. And, there is a Machete barbershop here in San Francisco.
Awesome.
You have to find it and go by there.
We did Machete Kills, and now we're waiting for Robert to do Machete Kills in space.
That would be awesome. That would be great. What is it like working with Robert Rodriguez? He's such an auteur, right?
He is just an amazing man, as far as film goes, and as far as knowing what to, like in Desperado, I wanted a line, he didn't give me a line, and he said, Danny, you're stealing the show, not saying a word. And after, when the critics were like talking, they said the same thing. Trejo was just an icon in that movie. Wow.
Well, you have such a strong screen presence. I think that's one of the reasons why you get so much work. You are a distinctive character, and you bring it every time.
It's so funny. They're telling I'm one of the most recognizable Latinos on the planet. And I don't know, I'm pretty big in Pacoima. Mural in Pacoima.
That's cool, man. This young man, a good-looking young fella, an aspiring director, and helps out his dad with all kinds of cool stuff. So, you got our Instagram page?
Yeah, it's Gilbert Trejo 38.
Sweet, yeah. So check him out too, man. Might as well, right? Yeah. Danny, so good to see you again. Take care. Guys. Go get some tacos. Hey.
All right, folks, I have to pay homage.
Oh, my goodness.
I have to pay homage
You're
to the man.
representing.
Of course, to the man himself. John Wesley Shipp, as if you didn't know. From one of my favorite TV shows of all time, although short-lived, The Flash. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. I always laugh when someone says short-lived because it was the most back-breaking show I've ever been a part of. From the third week in August through the second week in May with 4 days off for Christmas, and that was it. Because we were doing live-action practical effects all night long, every night on the back lot at Warner Brothers. But it certainly has been the gift that keeps on giving,
So now, as we fast forward 30 years later, when you do these conventions, what are some of the most frequent questions or comments that the fans ask you about or want to know about the Flash, and as far as your involvement, what, as you do these conventions?
Most often they want to know, what was it like playing a superhero in 1990 versus what was it like when you came back. Well, 24 years later, I came back just to play this really interesting character, Henry Allen, who was wrongfully convicted of killing his wife in front of his 10-year-old son. I heard about that, how Jeff Johns had blown up the Allen family. I was like, if they come to me, that's the role I want, because that's just a really good role. It had nothing to do with my origin story with Emmett Walsh and Priscilla Pointer in 1990. So they came to me with that offer, and those scenes were so beautifully written, and I adore Grant as an actor and as a human being so much. It was so easy to play a supportive father and a former Barry Allen and older actor, younger actor. I just wanted to do what the scenes called for, which was to give him maximum possible affirmation, to show him everything that I saw in him that I knew were qualities that would make him the Flash for today. And by today, I mean 2024. Grant Gustin is today's Flash.
Well, that leads me to my next question. I would like to know if you can possibly give me your take on the movie version of the Flash, the movies that have come out, and the way the actor has portrayed that particular character in the movie.
First of all, let me say I have the utmost respect for Ezra Miller as an artist. I've enjoyed much of his work. What I didn't understand, and I'm not sure how much this was a directorial choice or was Ezra's choice, as I was sitting there watching the DCEU movie, who I was seeing was not Barry Allen. I was seeing Wally West. I was seeing, oh man, the Batmobile, this is way cool. And I'm like, doesn't feel like Barry Allen. And then when Aquaman said, and they started using him as comic relief. And when Aquaman said, I was always tripping over everybody's feet, he's tripping over his own feet, I was like, oh no, you did not just do that to my Flash. I said that at a convention Q&A, and someone said, Jason Momoa is like 20 feet from here, you could tell him. I said, no, I'm good. Don't mess with him. I'm incredibly grateful to be a part of this incredible franchise that has come to mean so much to so many and has added an immeasurable amount to my career. So I want to express my gratitude to you guys for letting me ride along with you for this little while.
Reality Check viewers, I'm here with a distinguished gentleman by the name of John Rhys Davies, who we met previously at the Evolution Expo in Oakland about 10 or 15 years ago, I want to say.
Lord, was it that long ago?
It's been a while, but... So since then, you've been doing some excellent work. Lord of the Rings, maybe you've heard of that little franchise.
I think that was a little bit before 10 years ago.
Maybe.
We just had a 20th anniversary, or is it a 25th anniversary?
Is it already? Oh, wow. Time goes by so fast. And not only that, been part of the Indiana Jones franchise, an integral part of the Indiana Jones franchise. But what I want to talk about is SpongeBob SquarePants. Do you know why? Tom Kenny is a very good friend of mine. And so that's why I'm focusing on that one. So tell me about doing, a voiceover character as opposed to being on camera.
Just to create a character is always fun, and I still have that irritating habit that actors, particularly young actors, do of practicing a character that you just created in your head. I found myself yesterday trying to create a little monologue about the smuggling of birds in Wales.
Smuggling of birds in Wales?
Yes, indeed. And the whole thing goes on about our love of canaries down in the pits, the Welsh mining pits. And, the police have been notified, and, we know there are people in the thing, and it should end up with, so, from now on, I promise you this, we are committed to preventing any budgie smugglers coming to Wales. Something like that.
Something like that. What I wanted to also talk about is the Lord of the Rings, because you're another indelible character that you created there.
Yes.
But heavy on the makeup. What's it like to sit in the makeup chair to do these kinds of roles?
Well, it's makeup. Makeup is always a pain in the ass, isn't it, really? But it really does help an actor find the character sometime. The trouble with that was it was a very full prosthetic. And you'll notice, for instance, that when they came to doing The Hobbit, they were very light on the makeup for the
They took it easy, a little easier.
for the dwarf.
But it's such an iconic trilogy, and it's really impacted pop culture.
Yes.
Does that ever hit you at any point where you're just like, wow, this is really penetrated into the mainstream?
Sometimes you don't know what you're getting into. I didn't think that Peter Jackson could possibly realize what he was getting into on the strength of the very good but very small films that he'd done before. And I spent a morning and an afternoon in every department when I got there. And I found, to my surprise and indeed horror, that the level of excellence was something that you would only find in the great film capitals of the world. And more than that, there was an enthusiasm and a passion that you would not necessarily find in the great film capitals of the world. And I realized when I watched him work, watched him handle this was a man who done all the preparation needed. He always had the answers. This, by the way, is Kelly Perkins, who is my assistant and who knows more about me than I do. And certainly more about me than I hope she ever reveals.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a genuine pleasure seeing you again.
Nice to see you, Mom.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
All right, reality check viewers, that's our journey on this year's Fan Expo 2024.
We got some good stuff.
We got some really good stuff, thanks to Danny Trejo and his people, Gabriel, and all the cool people over there.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks to those at SF Fan Expo for hooking us up.
Yes, Emily and Sarah and Nicole and Rebecca at the publicity company. Thanks again for helping us out and to do this. We're looking forward to next time.
Hopefully we'll do it again next year.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Next time.
And in the words of Hugh, to the bar, maybe?
To the bar? I'm going. That's where I'm going.
All right.